Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare American currency to uncover the top 10 most valuable and rare Lincoln Wheat penny coins that could be hiding in your pocket change right now, each worth up to millions of dollars. That's right, these little copper coins could be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. Make sure you watch until the end to find out which Lincoln Wheat penny is the rarest and most valuable of all. Today, we're diving deep into the rich story of a small copper coin with a big impact, the 1942 D Mint Mark Lincoln Wheat penny. This coin, born during a pivotal time in American history, might be sitting in your collection or pocket change right now. And believe it or not, it could be worth a whopping $49,277 in today's collector's market. Let's rewind to the year 1942. The world was at war. The United States had just entered World War II, and the country was shifting into full wartime production. Every resource, from rubber to metal, was carefully managed. While silver and nickel were prioritized for military use, the humble penny remained copper. But changes were coming. In Denver, the U.S. Mint produced over 206 million Lincoln cents that year, each proudly bearing the small D Mint mark below the date. That D stands for Denver, one of the three active mints in 1942. Alongside Philadelphia and San Francisco. Now, you might be thinking, if over 206 million were made, how can it be rare? That's a great question. The rarity of the 1942 D penny doesn't come from its total mintage. It comes from condition, errors, and survivability. Most of these pennies circulated for decades, getting scratched, worn down, or even lost. But very few survived in pristine, mint-state condition, and that's where the value explodes. Professional grading is the key. If your 1942 D penny is an MS65 or higher, especially graded red, which means it retains its original bright copper color, you're holding something truly special. Only a handful of MS67 red examples exist, and these command premium prices at auctions. In fact, one such penny sold for an astounding $49,277, setting the current market value benchmark for this date and mint mark in that condition. What makes this coin even more desirable to collectors is its place in wartime America. As 1942 progressed, the U.S. Mint prepared to change the penny's composition. By 1943, copper was reserved for the war, and steel cents were born. That makes the 1942 issues like a farewell to an era, the final year of full copper composition before the historic shift. Let's talk errors, because that's where some serious money lies. Though not extremely common, some 1942 D Lincoln cents were struck with slight double dies, misaligned dies, or even off-center strikes. If you spot a 1942 D with doubling in the date or lettering, it's worth getting authenticated, because those coins can be worth thousands more depending on the severity of the error and the coin's grade. Even circulated examples of the 1942 D penny can be worth a few dollars to hundreds, especially if they have strong eye appeal or are part of a matched set. But if you've got one that's been stored safely, uncirculated, and shines like new, you might just be holding a hidden treasure. Here's what to look for in a valuable 1942 D penny. Mint mark D. Clearly visible under the date, no signs of circulation wear. Check Lincoln's cheek and jawline for sharp detail, original red or reddish-brown color, no scratches or dings, possibly errors like doubling or off-centering, graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Many collectors overlook these older wheat pennies, thinking they're all just worth face value. But as we've seen with the 1942D, even coins that were once extremely common can become incredibly valuable under the right conditions. Demand continues to grow, especially for mint state examples, making now a great time to check your coin jars, old collections, or family heirlooms. So next time you come across a wheat penny, don't pass it off as pocket change. That little 1942D Lincoln cent could be your ticket to a serious payday. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a chance to discover hidden treasures in your pocket. Until next time, happy collecting! Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of American coins as we uncover the story, hidden history, and massive value of one very special coin, the 1942 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny. This humble little copper coin may look like just another penny to the untrained eye, but in the world of rare coin collecting, it has sold for a jaw-dropping $54,767. That's right, just one of these pennies could change your life if you know what to look for. So stick around, because this is a story you don't want to miss. Let's take a step back to understand the origins of this valuable piece of American history. The Lincoln wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and who better than one of the most respected presidents in American history. The reverse of the coin features two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, giving it the nickname wheat penny. The obverse side, of course, showcases a profile portrait of President Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Fast forward to 1942, the United States was in the midst of World War II, and the country's resources were being channeled into the war effort. While the major metal changes didn't happen until 1943, the 1942 penny was still being struck in 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The mint was preparing for changes, which made the 1942 issues especially important in terms of historic transition. The 1942 penny was struck in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. The Philadelphia mint struck the largest number, making the 1942 no mint mark penny fairly common, but not all of them are equal. The rarest, most valuable versions are in high-grade uncirculated condition or contain unique errors, and that's what we're focusing on today. Magnifying glass tilted left, rare features and what makes it valuable. Now you may be asking, why would a 1942 penny without a mint mark be worth over $54,000? The answer lies in condition, rarity, and error varieties. First, let's talk about condition. Most 1942 Lincoln pennies you'll find in circulation today are in very worn condition, maybe even scratched or damaged. But the ones worth big bucks are those in mint state or uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher by third-party graders like PCGS or NGC. These coins have a brilliant red luster, virtually no wear, and strong eye appeal. Next, we have error coins. Some of the rarest 1942 pennies have unique minting mistakes, such as double die of verse, DDO, errors, where the lettering and date appear slightly doubled, or off-center strikes, where the design is noticeably misaligned. These types of errors increase the rarity and collector value dramatically. There are also pennies that were struck on the wrong planchets, like coins intended for foreign countries or leftover planchets from previous years. Finding one of these errors can turn your 1-cent coin into a 5-figure treasure. And finally, we can't forget color designation. Professional grading companies label Lincoln cents as RD, red, RB, red-brown, or BN, brown, depending on their copper color tone. Red pennies, especially in pristine condition, are the rarest and most valuable. Money bag, auction records, and current market value. Now let's talk about the jaw-dropping figures. One 1942 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, graded MS-67 red by PCGS, sold at auction for a staggering $54,767. Yes, you heard that right. Just one tiny penny, the same size and weight as the one you might find in your pocket change, brought in nearly $55,000. Why so much? It was one of the finest examples ever discovered, with deep red color, strong strike details, and virtually flawless surfaces. That coin was a masterpiece of minting perfection, and collectors were willing to pay top dollar for it. As of today, depending on condition, the value of a 1942 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny can range from just a few cents in circulated condition to $1,000 to $3,000 in mid-range mint state. But once you enter the MS-66, MS-67 red territory, you're talking $10,000, $20,000, even over $50,000, just like that auction record. Brain, tips for identifying a valuable 1942 penny. So, how can you tell if your 1942 penny is the jackpot version? White heavy check mark. Check the date and mint mark. Make sure it has no mint mark. Philadelphia Mint, and the date is clearly visible. White heavy check mark. Examine the color. If it still has a bright red-orange tone, that's a good sign of minimal wear. White heavy check mark. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope to check for doubled letters, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet shapes. White heavy check mark. Check the condition, sharp details, no scratches, and no wear on Lincoln's cheek or coat means your coin may be high grade. White heavy check mark. Get it graded. If you believe you have a mint state coin, it's worth submitting it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. In conclusion, the 1942 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny is more than just a simple copper coin. It's a symbol of American history, wartime resilience, and hidden value. While most people overlook these coins, savvy collectors and coin hunters know that the real treasures often lie in the tiniest details. And when those details line up perfectly, just like they did in that record-breaking auction, you could be looking at a life-changing payday. So, don't ignore those old pennies lying around your house or pocket change. Take a closer look, because that 1-cent coin could be worth $54,767 or more. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more incredible coin stories like this. And drop a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy hunting and keep checking those pennies. Welcome back to the channel, fellow coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprisingly valuable coins hiding in plain sight, the 1946 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. That's right, a simple 1-cent coin from the post-war era that could now be worth as much as $47,299. If you've got an old coin jar sitting around, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. So what makes this penny, which originally cost just 1 cent, potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars today? Let's explore the full history, the production facts, era variations, collector demand, and the jaw-dropping market value of the 1946 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. The year is 1946. World War II had just ended, and the United States was transitioning into a new era of peace and economic growth. Coin production resumed at full capacity, and the U.S. Mint was once again using copper-based planchets, after experimenting with steel during the war years. 1946. Post-war penny production resumes with copper composition. The 1946 Lincoln Wheat penny was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia, which used no mint mark; Denver, using the D mint mark; and San Francisco, marked with an S. But the one we're focusing on today is the Philadelphia Mint's version, the one with no mint mark at all. The 1946 no mint mark penny was made from 95% copper, with the remaining 5% being a mix of tin and zinc. It weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. Over 991 million of these were minted in Philadelphia. That's nearly a billion. So why is it rare? After all, nearly a billion were minted, right? Well, the secret lies in condition, rarity of errors, and special high-grade versions. Some of the most valuable 1946 no-mint mark pennies have unique minting errors. These include double dia verse, DDO, where Lincoln's profile or the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" appear double dot off-center strikes, where the coin design is not aligned properly. BIE error, a die break between the B and E of Liberty that looks like the word BIE, struck on foreign planchets, extremely rare but possible during the transition period. Coins with these kinds of errors can easily fetch thousands of dollars at auction. Combine that with mint state conditions. That's a coin that looks virtually untouched, and the price skyrockets. When it comes to value, condition is everything. Here's a quick breakdown of how the value changes based on grade. Good, G4 around 10 cents to $0.25. Fine, F12 25 cents to $1.00. Extremely fine, EF $41 to $3. About uncirculated, 58 Australian dollars, $5 to $15. Mint state, MS60 MS63 $20 to $1.50 plus. High mint state, MS65 plus red $1,000 to $5,000 plus. Top graded gem MS67 plus red with errors, up to $47,299 or more. Grading versus value chart. 1946 no mint mark Lincoln penny. And yes, you heard that right. 1 perfect, MS67 plus red 1946 no mint mark penny, certified by PCGS with a recognized DDO error, sold for a staggering $47,299 at auction. Coin collectors, especially those chasing Lincoln cents, are always on the lookout for high-grade wheat pennies, especially those with rare features or flawless color. Red pennies, those that still shine with that original copper brilliance, command the highest premiums. Look for coins with bright red luster and no visible wear. The redder, the better. The demand for high-grade Lincoln cents is increasing, especially as more collectors seek to complete full penny albums. With the rise of online coin auctions and coin grading services like PCGS and NGC, rare pennies like the 1946 no-mint mark are getting discovered, slabbed, and sold for massive returns. How to check your coin? Think you might have the 1946 no-mint mark penny in your collection or pocket change? Here's what to do. Check the date. Make sure it says 1946 with no mint mark. Examine the coin's surface. Is it worn, scratched, or does it have a nice luster? Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for doubling, breaks, or off-center designs. Weigh it. Should be close to 3.11 grams. Consider grading. If it looks pristine, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Magnifying glass coin scale Red Book 2x2 holders grading service. The 1946 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny might look like just another copper coin, but in the right condition and with the right features, it can be a hidden gem worth over $47,000. So check your piggy banks, dig through your family's old coin jars, and don't overlook those humble pennies, because one of them might just change your life. Moneybag 1 penny could be worth $47,299. Have you checked yours? Moneybag. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin that could make you rich. Drop a comment below if you found any 1946 wheat pennies. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where rare coins turn into real treasures. Today, we're diving deep into a historic and highly valuable Lincoln wheat penny that has collectors buzzing, the 1951 D-Mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, currently valued at a jaw-dropping $83,879. That's right, a single penny worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, if you've got an old penny jar lying around, you'll definitely want to stick around until the end. Let's rewind to the year 1951. The U.S. was still adjusting after the post-World War II era, and while the economy was growing, the U.S. Mint continued to produce Lincoln cents as part of daily circulation. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln wheat penny became a staple of American coinage. The obverse features the classic bust of Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse showcases the iconic twin wheat ears, a symbol of prosperity and agriculture. In 1951, the Denver Mint, denoted by the small D mint mark under the date, struck an impressive 625,355,000 Lincoln wheat pennies. Yes, over 625 million coins. So what makes this penny so rare and valuable? With that massive mintage, you'd think they'd all be common. But here's the secret: it all comes down to condition, rarity, errors, and collector demand. What makes it valuable? Now let's uncover what makes the 1951 D wheat penny worth $83,879. First off, while many were made, very few have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins that have remained untouched for decades, showing brilliant red luster, sharp strike details, and absolutely no signs of wear, are incredibly rare. These are graded MS-67 red or higher by organizations like PCGS or NGC, and that's when the value skyrockets. But there's more. Some versions of the 1951 D penny come with mint errors, like off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, also known as RPMs, double dies, and planchet defects. These errors turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Combine that with high-grade preservation and rarity, and you've got a coin easily worth 5 figures. Wondering what to look for? Here's a quick checklist for identifying a valuable 1951 D wheat penny. White heavy check mark, mint mark D below the date on the front, indicating the Denver Mint. White heavy check mark, strong details on Lincoln's hair and coat. White heavy check mark, fully struck wheat ears on the reverse side. White heavy check mark, red luster. The brighter, the better. White heavy check mark, no signs of wear or contact marks, especially on high points. White heavy check mark, possible RPMs. Check for a repunch D under magnification. White heavy check mark, possible die cracks or doubled letters. These can increase value significantly. Let's talk money. In recent years, pristine examples of the 1951 D penny have shocked collectors at auctions. One stunning MS-67 red specimen fetched a staggering $83,879 in a major coin auction. That's more than the cost of a luxury car, for a 1-cent coin. Coins with even minor errors or high appeal in lower mint state grades can still sell for hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. So, how do you know if your 1951 D penny is worth a fortune? Follow these steps. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to examine the coin closely. Look for a sharp strike and red luster. Check for any unusual marks, doubling, or repunched mint marks. If it looks pristine or has an error, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can damage its surface and lower its value. Brain host. Remember, even circulated 1951 D pennies in average condition are worth 2 to 10 cents, but those rare gems in mint state condition? They're what dreams are made of. Here are some bonus tips for collectors and treasure hunters. Always check old penny jars and inherited coin collections. Visit local coin shops and coin shows. You never know what you might find. Educate yourself on grading terms like MS, mint state, red, brown, and RB, red-brown. Use online resources and join coin forums to connect with the community and spot valuable coins. That's it for today's deep dive into the 1951 D Lincoln Wheat Penny, a true hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. Worth up to $83,879, this coin is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and condition combine to create serious value. If you enjoyed this video and want to discover more coins that could be sitting in your pocket worth thousands or even millions, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Drop a comment below if you found a 1951 D penny or any other rare coins. We'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep searching and keep collecting. Your fortune might be one coin away. Welcome back to the channel, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare and valuable coins, and this episode is all about the 1952 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. Yes, that small copper coin that might be sitting in your change jar right now could actually be worth a fortune. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why this coin can fetch an astonishing $76,267 in today's market, and what you need to look for in your own collection. Let's get started. First, let's talk history. The year was 1952. Dwight D. Eisenhower had just won the presidency. America was thriving post-World War II, and the U.S. Mint in Denver was hard at work producing coins for circulation. Among these coins was the humble Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that had already been in production since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, Abraham Lincoln, on the obverse, or front side. The reverse of the coin features 2 wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent, giving it the nickname Wheat Penny. Now, the 1952 D penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is why it bears the small D mint mark just below the date. That year, the Denver Mint struck a whopping 746,130,000 Lincoln Wheat pennies. That's right, nearly 3/4 billion. So you might be wondering, if there were so many made, what makes one of them worth over $76,000? Well, the answer lies in a few crucial factors: condition, rarity in top grades, and errors or die varieties. Let's break it down. Number 1. Condition is king. Most 1952D pennies were used and circulated heavily, meaning they became scratched, worn down, and lost their sharp details. But if you happen to find a 1952D penny in mint state, or even better, in MS67 red condition, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands. Coins graded this high by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are incredibly rare. The red designation refers to the original red luster of the copper, something that fades over time unless the coin has been carefully preserved. The top grade examples, especially those with strong luster, full details, and no spotting or scratches, are the ones that sell for sky-high prices at auctions. In one such case, a flawless 1952D Lincoln wheat penny in MS67 Plus red condition sold for an unbelievable $76,267 to a private collector through a premium auction house. Number 2. Errors and varieties. Some 1952D wheat pennies have fascinating mint errors that drive up their value even further. Look out for double dies, repunched mint marks, RPMs, or off-center strikes. These minting mistakes were caused by mechanical misalignments, or die defects, and are highly sought after by collectors. A repunched DE mint mark, or doubling on the date, or lettering can easily add hundreds, or even thousands, to the value of the coin. Now let's talk about how you can identify one of these high-value coins. Start by checking the mint mark. It should be a clear and sharp D under the 1952 date. Next, examine the color of the coin. A coin with its original reddish hue, no oxidation, and minimal handling is considered a red coin. Red-brown and brown coins are more common and far less valuable, though still collectible. Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to look closely at the details. Check Lincoln's hair, coat, and cheek. The more defined these features are, the better the grade. Flip the coin over and inspect the wheat stalks. Are they crisp and complete, or worn and faded? Sharp details with no wear are what earn high grades. So, what's the current market value of a 1952D Lincoln wheat penny? For heavily circulated examples in good to very fine condition, the value is usually only 1 to 10 cents, essentially face value for collectors. In extremely fine to about uncirculated condition, the value can range from 25 cents to a few dollars. But once you reach mint state, the value climbs significantly. An MS63 red can fetch $10 to $30, an MS65 red might go for $100 to $200, and once you reach the elite MS67 Plus red level, the value skyrockets to over $76,000. Here are a few auction highlights to prove it. One pristine 1952D Lincoln penny graded MS67 Plus red by PCGS sold for $76,267 in a high-profile heritage auction sale. Another coin, also in MS67 red, sold for $19,200 just a few years ago, showing consistent demand for top-tier examples. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rarities, not just for their condition but also because coins from the 1950s in such flawless state are incredibly scarce, especially with original red copper luster. So what should you do if you think you've got a valuable 1952D Lincoln penny? First, don't clean it. Cleaning a coin can destroy its value permanently. Second, get it appraised or graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. They'll examine your coin under strict standards and assign it a grade that determines its market value. You can also visit local coin shows or dealers, or even check eBay's sold listings for a general idea. But be cautious, as raw coins sold online are often not graded professionally and can be overpriced or misrepresented. In conclusion, the 1952D Lincoln wheat penny is more than just a piece of old copper. In the right condition, it's a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. Whether it's the sharpness of the strike, a rare mint error, or perfect red luster. One of these little coins could be the jackpot hiding in your pocket change or coin collection. If you found this video helpful and exciting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin content, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another valuable coin breakdown. Drop a comment below if you think you've got a 1952 D penny, or any rare coin, and we might feature it in a future video. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change. That penny in your drawer could be worth $76,267. See you in the next video. Welcome back to our channel, where today we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins that could be sitting right in your pocket or collection. In this episode, we're unlocking the incredible story behind one of the most sought-after error coins in U.S. history, the legendary 1955 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny. This 1-cent coin, made from simple copper and zinc, could be worth a small fortune. In fact, one in pristine condition recently sold for an astonishing $66,308. So, grab your magnifying glass and check your change, because you might just be holding on to a piece of numismatic gold. History of the 1955 Lincoln wheat penny. Let's begin with a little background. The 1955 Lincoln wheat penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it bears no mint mark under the date. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln wheat cent had already been in circulation since 1909 and was popular for being the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln. Now, by 1955, millions of these coins had already been produced annually without major issue. But this particular year, something unusual happened, something that would mark this penny in the history books forever. That year, during a routine run of coin production, a misalignment occurred in one of the dies used to strike the coins. This mistake gave birth to one of the most famous error coins in American history, the 1955 double-die obverse penny. Although millions of pennies were struck that year, only 20,000 to 24,000 of the double-die versions were believed to be released into circulation. And out of those, very few have survived in top condition. So what makes the 1955 no-mint mark penny so valuable? It's all about that doubling. If you take a close look at the obverse, that's the side with Lincoln's portrait, you'll notice that the date, the word liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust," appear doubled, as if someone stamped them twice. But this isn't machine doubling, which is common and usually doesn't add value. This is a true double-die error, meaning the die itself was engraved incorrectly, producing a dramatic, clear double image. This kind of error is not only rare, but incredibly striking to the naked eye. And collectors absolutely love coins that show major mistakes like this, especially when the error is as famous and easy to see as the 1955 double die. How it entered circulation. Now you might be wondering, how did such a mistake go unnoticed? Well, the error occurred during a night shift when the mint was running behind schedule. Instead of pulling the flawed die from production, the mint chose to mix the error coins with regular pennies to meet their quotas. As a result, thousands of these error coins were accidentally released into circulation, many of them ending up in everyday pockets, cash registers, and piggy banks across the country. By the time the mint realized what had happened, it was too late. The coins were already out in the public, and the legend of the 1955 double-die penny was born. Market value today. Let's talk numbers. If you find a 1955 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny in your change, how much could it be worth? Well, that depends on the condition of the coin. Heavily circulated examples can sell for $700 to $1,500. If the coin has minimal wear and strong doubling, it can go for $10,000 or more. However, if you happen to own a mint state, uncirculated example, especially one that's been graded MS65 or higher by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC, you're talking serious money. In fact, one such example recently sold at auction for an incredible $66,308. Yes, a single penny, worth 1 cent face value, sold for over $66,000. And that's not just a fluke. These coins consistently bring in high prices at coin shows and online auctions, especially when they come with certification and are in high demand. How to identify a real one with that kind of money on the line? Counterfeiters have tried their luck faking the 1955 double die. So it's important to know how to spot a genuine one. Look for strong, noticeable doubling on the date and lettering on the front of the coin. In particular, the 9, 5, and both 5's in the date should appear thick and shadowed, almost like there are two numbers overlapping. The word liberty will appear bold with clear duplication and, in God we trust, will look almost as if it's vibrating or blurry due to the doubled letters. If you're unsure, take your coin to a reputable coin dealer or send it for grading to PCGS or NGC. These companies can verify its authenticity and give you a grade that helps determine its value in the market. So there you have it, the story of the 1955 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. A humble copper coin that became a legend, thanks to a minting mistake and a bit of late-night chaos at the Philadelphia Mint. It's one of the most famous and valuable era coins in U.S. history, with top examples reaching over $66,308 in value today. If you collect coins or just like hunting through your spare change, this is one penny you'll definitely want to keep an eye out for. Who knows, your next coin roll or old family jar might just hold one of these rare treasures. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more coin collecting insights, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a discovery that could make you rich. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or want us to cover another specific coin next. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're someone who loves turning pocket change into pure gold, then this video is for you. Today, we're going deep into the world of rare and valuable coins, focusing on one exceptional piece that could be hiding in your change jar or passed down through generations. The legendary 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, a coin that could be worth an incredible $77,289 today. Yes, you heard that right. A humble 1-cent coin from 1958. The last year of the classic wheat reverse design might just be your ticket to a small fortune. Stay with me as we uncover the rich history, fascinating details, and the powerful reasons why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for this particular coin. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins that could make you rich. Let's first take a look at the history behind this incredible coin. The Lincoln Wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, marking a major departure from previous coin designs. The coin was designed by Victor David Brenner, and its iconic wheat ears on the reverse symbolized prosperity and hard work, ideals that defined early 20th century America. Now fast forward to 1958, a crucial year in American numismatics. This was the last official year the U.S. Mint produced the Lincoln Wheat reverse before switching to the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. That alone makes the 1958 Lincoln penny historically significant. But when we focus specifically on the 1958 no-mint mark version, things get even more interesting and valuable. The no-mint mark explained. So what does no-mint mark mean? The 1958 Lincoln Wheat penny with no mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on its coins at the time. This means if your 1958 penny doesn't have a small d or s beneath the date, it was made in Philadelphia. Over 252 million of these pennies were minted, so what makes one worth over $77,000? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and special varieties. What makes it valuable? Here's the exciting part. While the Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of 1958 wheat pennies, only a very small number remain in perfect uncirculated condition, known as mint state, MS. Coins graded at MS-67 or MS-68 read by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC are extremely rare. The red designation means the penny retains nearly all of its original bright copper luster, something that fades with age and handling. But wait, there's more. There's a super rare variety known as the 1958 double die obverse. This error occurred when the die used to strike the front of the coin was accidentally engraved twice, creating a distinct doubling of the letters and numbers on the obverse. Only 3 to 5 confirmed examples of this error exist, making it one of the rarest and most valuable wheat pennies ever discovered. One of these ultra-rare 1958 double-die wheat pennies sold at auction for over $1 million. Yes, 1 cent turned into $1 million. Now, the coin we're focusing on today, the 1958 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny in exceptional mint condition, is not the double die, but still extremely desirable. Some of these coins have sold for $25,000, $55,000, and even up to $77,289 based on condition, eye appeal, and certified grading. How to identify if you have one? So, how can you tell if you have a valuable 1958 wheat penny? Here's a checklist. Check the date. It must read 1958, with no mint mark below it. Look at the condition. Coins that are shiny, free of scratches, and have sharp details are more likely to be valuable. Look for red color. A bright red tone is a huge plus and increases value drastically. Use a magnifying glass. Look closely for any signs of doubling on the date or letters. You might just find a rare double die. Get it graded. If you think you've got a high-quality coin, send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. A certified high grade can increase the coin's value tremendously. Current market value. Now, let's talk numbers. As of right now, a top-grade 1958 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny graded MS67 Plus Red has sold at auction for a whopping $77,289. That's an enormous return on a 1-cent coin, nearly 7.7 million % profit. Even coins in slightly lower condition, like MS66 or MS65 Red, can fetch anywhere between $1,000 to $5,000. Keep in mind that coin prices can fluctuate depending on market demand, economic conditions, and collector trends. But rare pennies in pristine condition have consistently held or increased in value over the years. So, the next time you're sorting through your change, or you find an old coin jar in your attic, take a moment to look closely. That 1958 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny might not just be an old coin, it could be a hidden treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always remember that knowledge is your best investment. Learn to spot key details, understand market trends, and who knows, your next find might just be worth more than your car. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover coins that can make you rich. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your pockets be full of treasure. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's video, we're diving deep into the history, rarity, and current market value of one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 1944 mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny. If you've ever found an old penny in your change and wondered if it might be worth a fortune, this is the video you absolutely don't want to miss. Because the 1944 Lincoln cent is more than just a copper coin, it could be your hidden gold mine. With an astonishing current market value of $43,987, let's start with a little journey back in time. The year was 1944. The world was still at war. World War II was raging on, and every resource, including metal, was critical for the war effort. In fact, just the year before, in 1943, the United States Mint struck pennies made of steel coated with zinc instead of copper, because copper was being conserved for ammunition and military machinery. However, in 1944, the Mint reversed this decision. Copper was brought back into the production of pennies, using recycled ammunition shell casings from military use. These wartime shell casings were melted down and used to strike the 1944 Lincoln wheat pennies, making them not just a piece of currency, but a piece of patriotic history. This gives the 1944 pennies a very special place in numismatics. Now, let's talk about the mint mark. The 1944 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D beneath the date on the coin's obverse, right under Lincoln's shoulder. The Denver Mint was known for its high-quality strikes, and in 1944, it produced a significant number of pennies. Approximately 430 million of the 1944 D Lincoln cents were minted. That might sound like a large number, but don't be fooled. Not all 1944 D pennies are equal. What makes some of these coins extremely valuable today is their condition, unique errors, or incredibly high grades. While the average worn 1944 D wheat penny might only be worth a few cents to a few dollars, certain exceptional examples have fetched tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. And yes, one remarkable specimen of the 1944 D wheat penny is valued at a jaw-dropping $43,987 today. Why is it worth so much? The factors behind the value. So, what exactly makes a 1944 D Lincoln wheat penny worth nearly $44,000? Let's break it down. First, mint state condition. Coins that have never been circulated, meaning they haven't passed through hands, cash registers, or pockets, retain their original luster and sharp details. A 1944 D wheat penny graded MS67 or higher by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC is incredibly rare. These high-grade coins are prized by collectors who are always hunting for the best of the best. Second, rarity of error coins. Some 1944 D wheat pennies were mistakenly struck on steel planchets left over from 1943. These coins are known as 1944 D steel cents, and they're among the rarest and most desirable errors in U.S. coin history. One such coin sold for over $100,000 at auction. While the $43,987 coin may not be a steel error, it could feature other desirable errors, such as double die obverse, DDO, repunched mint marks, RPM, or off-center strikes, all of which add massive value to a coin. Third, eye appeal and toning. Some copper pennies develop beautiful natural rainbow or red-brown toning over time. A 1944 D cent with vibrant original color and strong strike details can command a massive premium, especially if it's also well preserved. How to identify a valuable 1944 D penny? If you're hoping to strike it rich with your 1944 D penny, here's what you should look for. Check the mint mark. Make sure there's a clear, well-defined D below the year 1944. Inspect the condition. Coins with minimal wear, clear details, and original shine are the most valuable. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass to search for doubling in the date or letters, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks. Weigh the coin. A standard 1944 copper penny should weigh about 3.11 grams. If it weighs closer to 2.7 grams, you might have a steel planchet error, an ultra-rare find. Get it graded. To truly unlock the coin's potential value, have it professionally graded and authenticated. Coins certified MS65 or above can command thousands, and those with exceptional quality or errors can go much higher. Now let's talk numbers. A top-graded 1944 D Lincoln wheat penny in MS67 red condition has sold for over $40,000 at public auction. And in private sales, collectors have paid even more for coins with extraordinary luster, color, and precision strike. The coin we're spotlighting today, with its current market value of $43,987, represents the high end of the market for this issue. It likely combines pristine condition, full red color, sharp strike, and possibly an appealing variety or minor error. So, what does this mean for you? It means that your next penny could be a hidden treasure. It means that an old jar of coins in your attic, a forgotten piggy bank, or even your pocket change could hold a coin worth thousands, maybe even $43,987, just like the incredible 1944 Lincoln wheat penny we discussed today. Always check the date, mint mark, and condition of your coins. Every detail matters. And remember, coin collecting isn't just a hobby. It can be a gateway to real financial discovery and historical adventure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny and want to learn more about other valuable coins that could be sitting right under your nose, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another chance to discover hidden coin treasures. Have you ever found a 1944 penny? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next coin be worth a fortune.